Warning: the following content may not be suited for younger or sensitive audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Grabbing a pencil and some sticky notes.
I can't believe the one time I fell asleep in 1 a.m, I missed
The
an
one time you fell
opportunity
asleep at a semi-decent time.
that I could have gotten teased for Nihilus's arc, and I'm sitting here silently sobbing, but I'm not complaining about it because fair enough.
Stop being horny. Anyway.
What?
Anyway.
What?
The person who that was directed at knows
Eli.
who they
Eli,
are.
get out of his DMs.
Yeah.
I'll send you
Actually,
the video, Kirsten.
Please do.
Anyway, so fuck, where did you guys leave off?
Good question.
Aren't you retconning a bunch of shit too?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, no, where we left off is up to
It
you,
was
actually.
Pretty much from what I remember, at least, if we're doing it like dismissing last session, it's where we woke up in that room, like after everyone woke up and Kree had realized that, he was not mischievous anymore.
No,
and
because
everyone
we
was...
were there for 3 sessions. So it depends on how far back we're retconning.
I assume the entire thing, because
So basically what last session started with was...
It was after
everyone
we
was
found
looking for
Elise.
the exit. And
everyone was just looking for the exit. It was after, like, Elise had been released. She hadn't been sent home yet, because she got sent home last session.
And then, everyone was looking for the exit, and then we ended with, Idris coming back. Sorry for interrupting you. So you guys are still stuck in the spire. You guys are still looking. And... I got distracted, sorry. Anyway. Sorry. My lungs decided to stop.
What?
It's not my lungs started to stop. Something got in the way of my breathing. And my breathing became crunchy. Anyway. Continuing on. So you guys, as you guys are kind of looking around and discovering more and more things, I mean, group up yourselves and explore.
I'm too busy in my sad corner.
I know.
So what, are we still in the quote-unquote tower mimic, or...?
Yes.
We are still in the spire. Yes.
Okay.
We are looking for an exit.
And people.
Alright, I guess Nihilus is just gonna go looking around for people. Okay.
I'm gonna also have Zill go around looking for people, because we're a few people short this session, so I'm just gonna say Shopez is staying with Kree, since he's not here right now.
Okay, Nihilus, roll a perception check.
Oh, I forgot to reset my health because I was unconscious last
Dumbass.
session. Well, say we met perception check.
Yeah.
Can I use smell?
Sure.
Yay, advantage. Yay. Fuck you all, I have a sniffer. Where's Dice Chat?
I'm so sorry.
There it is.
Nihilus constantly.
Where am I?
I forgot I can make that noise. My mic doesn't pick it up.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So you find someone fairly easily. Like you're wandering down this seemingly never-ending hallway with all its twists and turns and rooms and places that go off into nowhere. You eventually find someone, and as like they're laying on a much, think of it as kind of like how Sleeping Beauty is laying out.
Bro.
like in that kind of like glass coffin, except there's no top to this coffin. And as you get closer to her, you kind of recognize her. You recognize her as the one shopkeep. I forgot the word.
Oh, that shopkeep that I also recognize from someone that doesn't know who she was. But okay, he's just gonna lightly tap.
Crisis. And so as you attempt to wake her up, as you're attempting to wake her up,
My arm gets blown off. Sorry, go ahead.
you gently touch her shoulder, and it feels... Basically, the second you touch it, you feel the skin and the physical body underneath your hand crumble into dust. And as you
This is
try
my-
to wake her up, you see this kind of chain reaction as her body basically just kind of collapses in on itself and turns to dust.
What the shit? Is my hand gone?
No, it's
Oh,
just
okay. Oh, okay. It's her.
she turned to dust.
Okay, I completely misunderstood. Nyla just stands there for a solid 30 seconds. He's like, oh shit. Is there anyone else in the room?
I mean, yeah, there is. There seems to be someone who's leaning against what's left of someone leaning against the coffin. They're a skeleton at this point. You can... He's wearing a poncho, and this poncho has patches that seem to reflect the night sky. As if the night sky itself was weaved into the fabric.
Poor guy.
And he seemed he died waiting.
Oh. Well, that's loyalty, I guess. Nihilus is gonna kind of lightly dust his gloves off and just awkwardly leave the room and try find someone else that hopefully won't turn to dust. I don't know how he feels about that, but it's nothing good, I guess.
Zill. Perception check.
Perception check.
You sound so happy.
Careful how you touch someone.
I
This
get
is
to
out there.
do stuff. 23.
So as you're looking around and you're trying to figure out like where are people? Where are people? Hi Isaac, welcome back. Someone tell him where Soaps is right now. Anyway,
With Kree.
That's not what I fucking meant, you asshole. Anyway,
I'll tell him no, Mike.
yeah, just make it to base a little summary for him. Are you
My
good? Why are
bad.
you completely out of breath?
So the reason I'm a little late is, Jupiter and Saturn was really visible.
Oh,
So I ran up a hill about half a mile with a giant ass telescope.
that's fair. Okay, I get that. I understand that.
See,
Yeah,
I
which
was
is why-
correct.
Yeah, which was why I was a little late. I'm like, I'm gonna miss this session, but I really want to try and get these
See,
minutes.
see, I was correct because I was like, no. If Isaac's gonna be late or won't be a session, he'll tell us. So there's a reason he's late.
Yeah,
So I
but
was
Yeah.
like, no.
would've,
There's a reason.
It's just I couldn't because I didn't have any self servers up there.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
You know,
I'm sacrificing a little bit of session to get some really cool things.
you're
No,
completely fine.
You have a point. That is
We
really
just started
cool.
a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Because we were waiting on people, so you're all
Anyway.
good.
Continuing on. Still, as you are kind of traversing these corridors, it's weird because these corridors are kind of like they're starting to change. They're changing from the kind of old castle with rusted catwalks and falling apart like dry rotted wood, to marble halls that are completely white, and you can vaguely see shadows ducking behind them.
Uh-huh.
And as you're kind of traversing this, you, at the end of this hallway, you see what seems to be like, you hear applause kind of faintly, but it's distorted and it's wrong. And you can hear the occasional whispers. Okay, to explain, I retconned, we're back in the spire, we're stuck in the spire, and you aren't fighting anymore, and you're still level 10. Anyway. Nope, you're good. Anyway, so, as you kind of approach this, this laughter and this distorted whispering and applause, you see what seems to be, like, behind a stage. Like, you are not seeing the front of the stage, you're seeing the back of it.
Okay.
And
basically as if
as
I'm
you
like
approach-
backstage, I'm assuming, pretty much.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird because, like, I mean, there's this whole marble hall behind backstage.
Yeah,
and
so
you are-
it's like when you have a dream and your dream is trying to transition places and it's not doing it correctly.
Yeah, pretty much. And as you kind of like, as you approach this, do you move the curtain to look?
Sure. Yeah, cuz this is so fucky already, why not?
So as you move the curtain, you see you are on stage, but like the focus from the audience is not on you, and as you kind of look, do you focus on the audience?
I first want to see what they're focusing on before I look
Okay.
at them. Because you said the focus wasn't on me, so they're focusing on something.
Yes. So as you kind of turn your attention, you see that they are focusing on a girl. She doesn't seem that old, and she seems to be a dancer of sort. But instead of dancing, she's kind of forcibly posed, and most of her limbs are limp. If she would be limp if she wasn't being forcibly posed by strings.
How old does she look?
Probably no older than 12.
Bro. Zell doesn't give a shit about people, but she has hella mother instincts. I want to look at the audience now.
As you look to the audience, it is almost too dark to see anyone, but you vaguely see their figures. And it's like looking at writing in a dream. It's like trying to read a book in a dream. Their faces are constantly moving, it's constantly shifting and distorting.
I'm going over to the girl.
Ow. I hurt myself. As you kind of walk over to her, you notice that there are some cards lying at her feet.
Are they tarot cards?
Do you take
Or
a
just-
closer look?
I'm taking a closer look, Max.
Well. Oh, fuck.
Are they like tarot cards or are they like playing cards?
They seem to be tarot cards. And
What tarot cards specifically? Or are they just like all of them, just random ones scattered?
Most of them are face down, like scattered at her feet as if she dropped them.
Okay.
Only a few are face up.
Uh-huh.
And the ones that are face up are fucking. Where does it go? That's fine, it's whatever. Death and the High Priestess. And there's one other face up, but it's harder to see because it's kind of under her.
Mm. Does she look to be like alive?
I mean,
Or does she look like
yes.
passed out?
She looks unconscious.
You know, I don't. After what fucking Nihilus just did, I don't want to harm her. But I'm gonna try and like wake her up, or you said she's being held by strings, correct? Basically.
Yes, she is. Yeah.
Can I just remove the strings and try and like get her down, basically, and like help her down?
You'd have. So with the ones on her hands, you'd have to cut them. This is going to get fairly graphic, so I'm warning you guys now. Step away if you are sensitive.
I have daggers at my disposal, so
the things what's holding her up by her hands seems to be a type of nail that has gone through her hand and has a plate at the end. So it can't go through completely. And then the string is looped through on the other side.
Can I cut the string but then keep the plate in for now?
Sure.
Just to get her down? I just want to cut all the strings, get her down, and like the stuff like that is in her skin that's holding it, just leave it there for now just because like I can't do much about that right now without doing more damage. But I just want to get her down to like let her body rest a little bit. This is my child now, by the way, guys. For now at least.
Okay, Trey wannabe.
Hey.
I'm not blaming you.
But yeah, I'm just gonna
per se.
use my dagger and like cut the strings and everything and like get her down, and I'm gonna kind of like hold her. As well, since I am moving her body, I do want to see what the last tarot card is.
It is the Tower.
Of course it fucking is. I should have guessed that.
It is the Tower. And the High Priestess is in it's in a reversed position, and the vibe, like, it's almost speaking to you in the sense of a mother who looked horribly down upon her child. Someone please what are my words? I don't fucking know. Update missed in no mic. Anyway.
way ahead of you.
Thank you. But you're getting the sense like they're kind of telling a story to you, and it's because on the High Priestess you see a fairly disapproving woman who seems to look like an older version of the girl. And she seems, it's funny because of how like inspirational and like the High Priestess is typically seen as a person of wisdom, a person of, you go to them to get advice, you go to them to, they're the High Priestess, they're kind of the person who communes with whatever they're the priest of. This woman seems to be the opposite of that, weaving lies, and she seems like a spider.
I'm assuming this is like representing someone who's like supposed to be someone you can go to but wasn't, basically. Like she was supposed to be a High Priestess but was like a failure of one.
The Tower seems to be depicting, as like you look at the Tower, it seems to be the girl falling from something. It just looks like a stage that has, like a pedestal that was held way too high. And do you look to the death card?
I was muted by accident. I said the answer yes.
You see the broken body of the little girl. It seemed as if the fall had killed her. As not like a physically, but like a representatively.
Hmm.
You know, you kind of get a little story.
Can I just like carry the girl and like take her back to the party just to like look after her for now?
Sure.
Because I'm assuming
And-
this is just where she was in the Spire, like her area.
Yeah. Basically, like as like you can tell she's still alive because one, you can tell you can tell that she's fairly still alive. Because when you picked her up, she did respond a little bit. She just seems rather sleepy.
So Miss Audio is shitty.
Okay.
So just a heads up.
Yep.
Their Discord has been fucked.
I can see.
Yeah.
Mike.
I know, Levi, I know you're here, but I'm assuming you're not really wanting to roleplay.
I think he's just listening because he said he
Yeah,
might join in. Yes.
I can.
Well,
I'm just
it is not really so much role playing as Zill can't do any form of healing. Can't Auric? Isn't Auric partially a healer?
Work is dedicated to healing.
Yeah, I just want Zill to find Zenith and Auric, and I want Auric to get the things out of the girl's arms and to heal it, because Zill can't do that. For, like, healing.
So Zenith will have to help with that. He has expertise in medicine, so he will help Auric with that.
Okay.
If you would
So,
like
yeah,
me to roll, I can.
Just let you do it.
Yeah.
Huh?
So it's like after she leaves the stage, she's gonna go find them and have them do that, and then she's just gonna be taking this girl with her wherever. Like, this is her child until they find a better place for her.
Bro. Anyway, so okay. Would anyone else like to look about?
Question, Miss, can you hear us? Oh, guess not.
Zenith and Auric will. I'm not asking for anything for them to find anything, but they will either way after healing the girl.
Roll me a perception check.
1 second, Chief. Max,
Yes.
can I roll a stealth check just in case?
Per.
Just to say Sopus is hidden.
Sure.
Okay, give me a second. I have to double check what my stealth is. Okay.
Also, no, he said he'll let you do it, Levi. You didn't have to roll.
Oh, that was
No,
cool.
that was his
Um,
perception.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Isaac,
Didn't hear
I
that.
also want to ask, are you hiding from Kree as well when you hide?
Kree would know where Sopes is. Sopes he wouldn't like just straight up disappear. No, he'd at least let Kree know where he is. Like, but Kree wouldn't be able to like physically see him because Kree's a squishy now.
Yeah, he's squishy.
So he would be hidden from your sight, but you would know where he would be, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because I was like, if Sopes does not warn him, think him,
No, yeah.
he's not gonna be
Sopes
good.
would he'd be like, hey, I'll be right here. You just won't be able to see me, kind of thing.
He's gonna
I
cry
got a
now.
30. I hope I'm somewhat hidden.
But yeah, thank you for
Cool.
clarifying. Anyways,
You think you're hidden.
I
You seem
think.
to be hidden. But
I'm hoping I'm hidden at least.
So Zenith and Auric, as you start down the hallway, you find someone fairly easily. I mean, you're shocked they're even awake. but they don't seem to be in the best condition. Do you do anything?
Who may I ask who it is?
You don't know.
Oh, okay. Yes, we will. We will do something. We will probably try to diagnose what is happening there.
From what you can tell, they got their shit kicked in by something.
Bippity boppity, I heal you off. Properties? I don't know.
As you try to do this, you watch as this, like, as you try to like get near them with like, do you try to heal magically?
No. It doesn't qualify as magic because it comes from Zenith's being.
Okay. So, I mean, yeah, you get them stable, but you don't get them able to, like... You don't get them much else. You just get them stable.
Alright. Are they stable? Are they just, like, awake? Or...
Yes, kind of. They seem to be going in and out of it.
Man, if only I could turn someone else into a rat.
Bro.
Turn them into a rat, put them in Zenith's main, you know?
But,
Zenith will probably take them with him.
As you try to move them, they stop you and they're like, no, 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 no. I can't leave here. I'm not going back there.
Oh god, I don't have his voice. Hold on.
Don't make yourself sick trying to try to do his voice.
Go where?
The way out, I'm not going back there.
What's there? That's so concerning.
Fear itself. It killed everyone. I've never seen anything like it before. I've never even thought of seeing anything like it before.
If it killed everyone, then how are you still alive?
I don't know.
Arcana check?
Sure.
I hear Kirsten in the background going, bro! Natural 20.
Literally muted.
So...
Oh, it was someone else then, my bad.
As you, like, what are you looking for specifically?
See if this person is residue of whatever this creature is. And also to see if this person in and of itself is a real person.
This is in fact a real person. And this magical, like, residue you're looking for, it is of a magic you are unfamiliar with. It's dark, and it almost gives you it's your own jump of fear as you try to look into it.
Man, the child looking into this is a particularly brave one.
Like, it's not a big spike of fear, but you know, like, when you're doing something and you get a little scared, and it's like that fear that like kind of starts in your chest and jumps up in your throat?
Yeah.
It's that.
I don't feel like doing his voice, so Zenith is going to ask, do you want us to... Oh god, I hate that. Never mind. Do you want us to leave you here, or do you want to come with us?
Joey, give me about till 10:30 again. Well, not 10:30. Maybe. Oh, you're getting off. All right then, man. I'm gonna
Bro.
get.
Bro,
I'm gonna
you're
D&D
not
speak
muted.
now.
You're
I
not
just-
muted. You're not muted. You're not muted.
Isaac.
You were muted
You're not
before. I
muted.
think you hit mute to thinking you were muting yourself, but you unmuted.
Oh, excuse me.
Anyway, so do
Alexa.
shit. The person, as you ask if they want to stay there, they just nod their head and kind of curl back up into their little corner that they were curled up back into.
So Auric is trying to like convince them to come with them. Zenith just kind of shrugs and like is starting to tug on Auric to leave.
I mean, roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Well, Auric is tugging or Zenith is tugging Auric to get those two to leave.
Okay.
Auric is persuading. I cannot remember what his persuasion is for the life of me. Okay, I did send you the sheets, thank God. Woo! I'm glad I took proficiency in persuasion for Auric.
God, what did you get? Nothing yet.
Oh, disadvantage. Well, that's a nat 1.
Yeah. So, yeah, you get nowhere.
Yeah, I didn't think I would.
I have a lot of fucking things open. Anyway. So you leave them and I mean, you continue on.
Yeah.
Astral, I think I saw you unmute. Unless you didn't.
I would, Astral, he is also going to try and search for some people, if he can.
Okay, roll a perception check. I almost said roll a persuasion check.
Oh, persuasion check. Okay.
Perception.
I know what you said. I'm just...
Cookie rush.
17.
Okay. So, as you are, looking for people, you hear something.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
God damn it, I'm getting needed from my provider.
Anyway, so as you are like looking around for people, you're trying these hallways, and eventually you kind of get to a you get to a different type of hallway. It seems to be like a big throne room hall. Like there's pillars and there's like kind of rope decorations everywhere. And all while you're doing this, you hear this kind of like thing in the above you, and it's like this like I don't know, like claws tapping on wood as something like crawls about in the rafters.
Okay. Can Astral look up and see if he sees anything?
What's your passive perception?
22.
Okay, so you definitely see this. So as you're kind of looking up, you see something perched on the rafters above you, and all you can really see is the reflection of its eyes.
Okay.
Do you try to reach out to it? Because it doesn't seem to like have harmful intentions. It just seems wary.
Okay. So Ashley, he's just going to say, hello up there. Do you need any help?
So as you're asking if this thing needs help, it moves towards you.
Okay.
And as it kind of like comes into the light, you see a tiny kobold.
Oh no.
I just fucking said in no mic, watch it be nothing. I swear to fucking God.
Not exactly. So as you
No!
Actually, isn't nothing
I
old
don't-
here?
he's older. Anyway,
Yeah.
so as you kind of like look at this like as this thing comes to life, you see a tiny kobold, and this seems to be a pale green kobold. Kind of looks gecko-ish.
Oh my fucking God.
And
I swear, I swear to God, if this is fucking Scout, I'm gonna swear. But anyway,
No,
continue.
it's kibble, I think. I think it's kibble.
Max, I swear to God, if it's fucking kibble,
Oh my
Max,
God,
I
it's
swear to God.
And as this thing is looking up at him, he's like, Asher says, "Huh, you are an interesting little creature. Do you have a name?"
And the kobold, after kind of screaming at you because you called it an interesting creature, they kind of don't really say anything and just walk towards you and seem to be kind of like just walking at your side.
Wait, did you say he screamed?
Oh.
He just went, ah.
Because all I heard was, you cut out like you didn't hear that. You just went, and that's it. I thought he was probably having a stroke or something. So
Yes, obviously.
But anyway, so and he's like, Ash was like, very well then. Perhaps you can help me search for other survivors. Do you know anything of this place?
And they shake their head. No.
Very well. Perhaps we can find some more answers before we get out of here. Onwards and upwards, and just Azra just turns around and just walks back out of the room. I'm assuming this little kobold's walking beside him.
Yeah. And like
Nice.
they even seem to like try to like walk like you, because they're like seem very interested in you.
And Astra's just like, you do not have to walk like that. I know you are bipedal by nature, so you can walk on two legs if you have to.
They seem, I mean,
Invested?
they try a little bit more, but then they go back to giving up and walking on two legs.
It is alright. Maybe one day you'll learn how to do it without hurting yourself.
Bro, he just wants to fit in. That's so cute.
And like so she's like, you know, perhaps I can help you with that, but once we get out of here, let's find the exit first. And Astral's just going to walk back to where the group was, and try to make his way back that way.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything for that, or am I just going
no,
straight back there?
you just walk straight back.
Okay.
Question.
Sorry.
Where
Yes?
would Nihilus be? Because sorry, it's just like a part of me is side glancing
I mean,
that.
like,
My bad.
You would be somewhere. You're somewhere in the spire.
That's
You could
fair.
make it back with it, like where you came from in a couple minutes, but
All right.
do you choose to head back there, or do you look for more people? Do you press forward, or are you thoroughly traumatized?
I'm gonna head back and to possibly tell people what happened because
He did just turn someone to dust.
I feel like they've been there for a long time. Nihilus is like, did I do that?
Yeah, okay. So you and Astral kind of meet back at the place at the same time, and Nihilus, you have 3 seconds to recognize that there is someone next to Astral before you are like, there is something on you. And you recognize it immediately, because this has happened a couple times
Is it?
before.
It's Kibble, isn't it?
Yep.
He's gonna. I'm guessing he's attached to his face. So he's gonna rip Kibble off
On,
of it.
like,
Oh.
side. He's on his side.
He's gonna rip him off. It's like, Kibble, what the fuck are you What the fuck are you doing here?
Food.
This is the
That's
first
like-
mimic. What are you doing here?
Smelled food.
It's just like, so you can speak.
This is Kibble.
Limited.
I see. So your name is Kibble. That is, at least I have something to call you now.
Where did you find? Was he
Oh,
eating
just
something?
down the. As far as I know, no.
Worms.
How did you find worms on the roof?
Don't question him. That's the first thing I learned about him. Don't question him.
Is this in like a main area? Because I will say after like the child and everything,
I mean,
Zill's
for the
just
most
stayed
part,
in
yeah.
Zill's just staying in the main area with this kid. She's just sitting down with her on her lap because she's like, I have a child now, so like I'm not gonna go anywhere. This is my responsibility from now on.
Wait, Kibble. Are the others here? Like,
I
are
thought I
others
was
of
the
the storm?
responsibility.
Is anyone of the storm order here, Kibble?
No.
Are you sure?
No. Just says no again.
Kibble,
No.
are you? Okay, so
I came
Astro.
alone.
What?
I came
Astral,
alone.
Astral, you're gonna. Kibble, do you want to come with me or do you want to stay with Astral?
He
'Cause
bites
I'm
you.
g-
Not in a
Okay,
way that's like a painful way. It's more of just like a I'm not letting go. You're
It's
the
like,
first friendly face I've seen.
like an alligator,
know.
like lockjaw. You
Yeah.
can't actually pull him off.
All right, now let's
And
just gonna
Astral
put
is
him
like,
on his.
I believe you have your answer. I mean,
Yep.
I did not know kobolds could lock their jaw like an alligator, but you learn new
Listen.
things every day, I suppose.
Yeah. Nihilus is gonna put him on his shoulders, like, okay, let's go find people, and he's just gonna walk off. He's also bringing them from everyone else, so he doesn't.
Doesn't he
I
also
don't
have
know.
a tiny Drake in his hood?
Yeah, that too. But don't worry about it; they'll be friends.
Just like as soon as fucking Nihilus walks around the corner, you just hear like what sounds like two cats fighting, like you hear Nihilus screaming because they're on his face.
But I'm sorry about that. I just like had a hard turn of a head. Like, what the fuck?
Once Astro walks away, sorry, Eli, I heard you talk. What were you saying?
Uh-huh.
I thought I heard
What?
you talk. Did you say anything, Eli?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He laughed at something. But
after
that
Nihilus
was
walks
it.
away, can Astro go back to looking for
I don't
people?
talk about what I laughed at.
It was probably something corny. Anyway, I mean, yeah, you can continue looking for people. Before that, does anyone else I haven't got to yet want to do something?
I know I can't really technically do much, but with where I'm at, is there like anything I could see just kind of like Because Kree would be working on like trying to calm down and just like also kind of look in the area to see if he could like see anything or anyone besides Sopez, who's invisible to him forever now. And
As you are
just
kind of looking in the
that.
area, I mean, you see like Zill holding a child. You see Astral and Kibble and Nihilus's interaction before they go their separate ways. And like looking around the area, there's a couple boards that are like, I mean, there's the boards that you guys used to get out of the pit that you are still in. And you can kind of see above this like above like the room above you. There seems to be like a couple statues in each like along each wall with like, so there'd be a doorway and a statue on this circle in that like kind of repeating order.
Is it like a room that leads off to somewhere, or is it just
Like, it's a circular room that has like, it's a pattern of like, there's the like against all along the walls there's a pattern of a statue and then a door. Probably about 6 doors or doorways.
okay? Well, Creep probably would like, you know, stand up, and like when he did, he'd like cross his arms over himself and kind of like, you know, little nervous, awkward, like scared, terrified of everything, but needs to go on a walk to do something other than cry. And I'd say he's probably going to investigate the doors, or at least one of them.
Roll an investigation.
Oh god. What is my investigation?
Your mother?
That's a 13.
Okay, so as you're looking at the doorway, I mean it's a basic doorway. It's a stone doorway with a statue next to it on either side.
Can I walk through that doorway?
Yeah, the doorway.
I'm gonna walk through it.
Okay, I mean you walk into a hallway. Do you continue to walk down?
Yeah, why not? I can't speak to the party right now anyways. So
As you walk down the hallway, you are almost like it feels like it's starting to get hotter, and like you can watch the stone, like this stone brick turn into a tanner stone, almost like a kind of sandstone ish thing, and this becomes like the hallways become like they have a lot more windows, they seem a lot more open, there's a faint breeze coming through. You can kind of hear a faint hissing. It seems like sand, like it sounds like sand hissing, the sound that sand makes in the wind.
have I ever experienced any of this stuff in over the 10 years in Ottawa, or considering I was a hermit?
Well, were you ever taken out?
I mean, did Darius ever take you? Because probably not.
Not. So no,
So
you've
he
never
doesn't
experienced
know.
this before. It seems like you were in a desert-like climate. I mean, you might have read about it, or Terrace may have read it about it, or told you stories about like this type of climate before. But you don't seem to. You've never experienced it yourself.
Is it just like still a hallway that's like just ongoing, or is there like any light or a doorway type
I mean,
thing?
I mean, it looks sunny out with the windows coming in and the breeze and such. But yeah, it just seems to be an ongoing hallway at the moment. There's a couple like offshoots of rooms. And you see a flag that you aren't familiar with. It's a green flag that has some sort of symbol on it.
Can I take it and use it as a blanket?
Sure. I mean, you can also roll a. I mean, it's fairly hot out, so I don't know why you want to take it, but
A comfort blanket.
okay. Yeah, you can, and you can also roll a history check with disadvantage if you want to figure out
Okay.
what flag it is of.
Everything is so bad except what? Except the one thing I can't have anymore, which is my fucking strength. It has been sapped. And that's a 15.
You've seen this flag before, kind of. I mean, you remember kind of seeing it in, because Terrace had a wall of like all the places he visited, and he had a little like bunch of mini flags of all the countries he visited. You remember seeing this flag before, and you remember that it was over the continent of Yggdrasil, or continent of Yggdrasil. You just don't remember what country it is. You just know it's somewhere in Yggdrasil.
Is it standing in front of a door or anything?
What?
Like, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm imagining the room right. But is there like any doorways nearby? Like into
Oh yeah.
rooms and stuff?
Yeah, there's an offshoot. Like there's a couple there are rooms along this hallway.
Like, is there one that the flag is standing beside, or is like
It's
directly beside?
It's not like the rectangular flag we know today. It's like the wall, like it's a banner flag, and it's hanging on the wall.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was just sitting by a door for some reason.
No.
Fuck. I'm going to continue down the hallway a little bit more.
Okay. I mean, it's still the same. It's the heat. It's kind of intense, but the building seems to ward it off. And as you kind of continue in the hallway, are you looking for anyone?
I guess yes and no, because Kree would know that they are looking for people, but he also doesn't want to like interact entirely because he can't speak.
Yeah.
So he's not certain what to do. So he would be looking for people, but also just like trying to like calm himself down as he's walking through.
Okay, so what's your passive?
16.
Okay.
The good old 1-6. That's gonna fuck me over.
You do happen to find someone, and they are not awake. They just kind of seem to be passed out in a little they seem to be passed out in a doorway. And this is kind of it seems to be like a bird folk. You don't know what bird it is.
Fuck. Kree would probably, considering they're asleep, he would probably try to get a little bit close and like he'd crouch down to where they are and kind of like very carefully and like more like skittish, he would reach one of his fingers out and like poke them very gently on the shoulder with his claw. Well, with his nail now. Sorry, I'm so used to like even.
Fair. This person wakes up fairly easily, and they just kind of like stare at you, like very sleepily, like kind of like groggily. They're like very like they're like very confused, and they just stare. They kind of like
Chris backing up.
it's just kind of like when you disorient a bird of prey, because they are a bird of prey.
Mm-hmm.
The stupid face they get, you know.
Mm-hmm. He would kind of like back up a little bit more from this bird folk, and he can't really do anything, so he's just kind of like he created a bit of distance between them, so he's going to wait.
And this person is just like, where am I?
It's really funny because you can't. So Kree would look at this person and kind of like he'd make a motion to his throat because he would try to go and speak, but nothing would actually come out. And he would end up pointing to his throat and kind of like shaking his head to show that he can't speak.
Mute, eh? Okay. Let's... I don't know, lead the way. Since you decided to wake me up, I assume that I have to go somewhere.
Was he still leaning in that doorway, like...
I mean, like, yeah, he's kind of still sitting down, but he seems to, like, be getting ready to get up.
Was that door shut? That
There was
he
no
was
door.
leaning in? There was
There
no
is
door?
no door.
What's behind him, then?
It seems to be, like,
In that
storage
door.
boxes.
Okay.
A couple bottles. You know.
Can I also ask what he looks like?
Yes, so he seems to be, like I said, he's a bird of prey, but he has a white face and seems to be fairly red, like a red feathered, like a red or reddish orange feathered creature with black wings, and a couple black feather accents, like including one that is like above his eye and goes like a feather that goes above his eye and goes down his face, a little bit, and hangs
Okay.
off.
Is there anything else, like, after this? Like, because I want to make sure I don't miss anything type of situation.
I mean, no, there doesn't really seem to be anything else.
Okay. Then Gray would kind of also stand once this person stood. And he'd end up going back to having like this, despite it being hot, he's going to like have this flag around him tighter as like he's using it to like squeeze on something for comfort. And he's just like going to very awkwardly like lead the way back, but like he would be looking back at them a lot, just like, you know, it's very obvious he's skittish.
But for the most part, keep their distance.
I made a friend. But he, like, Kree would end up bringing him back to where everyone else was in the main room.
Fuck, I just found out what type of eagle he is, because I just remembered it. I don't... Is it? I don't think he's an eagle. Give me a moment. Anyway, yeah, so you guys see this, Fuck. Anyway, you guys see this kind of like this reddish harpy eagle looking person or Aarakocra following behind Kree as he comes out of this hallway. And this person, like, he looks around and he's like, there's a lot of people here. What's the occasion?
A continent getting trapped in a mimic. Specifically, the first mimic.
You
Zil says
you
this.
remember studying it.
Yeah, Zil says this from sitting on the ground with the child.
How interesting, it ate me.
It has eaten a lot of interesting people.
Yes.
Max, he
I'm
sounds
playing
sus
to
as
where I
fuck.
left also, guys.
Brilliant conversation work, Max and Kirsten. Bravo, bravo.
Okay, no, but it's like, Zill's just like, yeah, brief explanation to new person, and it's just like, yes. Solid knowledge. Great combo. Like, thanks for helping this conversation, bud.
Also, I hate to do this to you, Isaac, but with Kree coming back, he would actually end up moving to where he last remembered Sopez was. And he has this flag on his, like, around him. He's, like, sitting down and he's, like, trying to make grabby hands for wherever, like, Sopez is. And, like, once he would find him, he is, like, latched onto him and, like, attached to his side, like, scared shitless all of a sudden again.
I'm trying to stay sneaky. The child that still knows where I am. Fuck. I mean,
Suddenly everyone knows where Sopez is.
if that's
Weird.
the case, Sopez would just drop the invis at that point. There's no point in having he'd out.
This, like,
I'm sorry.
this person, like, actually, do either Zil or Soaps look to the flag on that,
Yeah. I wanted
Sopez
Zil
is
to look at
great.
it.
So, this is the, Nadal Empire flag. Nadalian Empire flag.
Sorry, looking at map. 1 second.
Mind explaining that real quick?
The Nadalian Empire is not the most pleasant empire to be around, because, you know, at least once every race that was new and has come into contact of it, every new person who has come into contact with it that they've never seen before has ended up in very shitty conditions until they got used to them.
So they're super rasists until they're comfortable.
Why am I wearing a racist flag?
I mean, they've gotten better about it in the past. However, they're still very xenophobic when it comes to other nations.
What race are they? Like, what are they not racist against?
So they are fairly, like, diverse now because, you know, they have basically
How-
eaten everything.
But how would they have treated you on T?
That's what I'm getting to.
God.
The base race is Gorgon.
Oh.
So
Sopez is fine.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there is some still, like, there's still lingering tensions between Yuan-Ti and Gorgons from some, like, long ago.
But
like some...
I'm the better snake race. No, I'm the better snake race.
Yeah, there's some Gorgon UNT tension from very long ago that no one really knows how it started. Just they aren't very friendly, but they accept them in the Empire. All the while, I mean, like the Nagas are just like, the fuck are you doing, man?
Ivan.
Has Zill ever been there?
Yeah, you've taken a couple trips. They're a big trade ally with a lot of people.
Makes sense.
That's the only reason like they haven't expanded in the last couple years, is because they've become a very big trade ally.
Where are they on the map? Because I'm not seeing them.
They're in
They're underneath dragon territory on the map.
yeah. So if you look at the top of the map, are you looking at the correct map? Just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you look at the top of the map, you have you know the whole
Dragon
Empire.
territory.
Yeah, Dragon territory. And if you look below, you have the Nadal Empire between Aronia, Carindel,
Oh,
and Dalem.
yeah.
I really like my A before E's.
Interesting.
But
Yeah. Okay, I see it now. Never mind.
yeah. So they have a fairly interesting history.
The one country I didn't look at.
Good job.
Here's your gold star.
Thank
Anyway.
you.
So this person, they kind of look around and says, "Well, considering we are in a interesting predicament, I would call this an extravagant learning opportunity, but I can see how that would not be the same for everyone else."
Sopes, who also is thinking that, but not wanting to say it. Sopes sitting there like, oh my god, you also think that? Good thing I'm not weirdly alone here.
He looks to you guys and he says, "I am. You can call me. That's strange." Like he kind of like has to think for a second. It's just like, "I do not appear to remember my name."
Does he look like
What's the last thing you
about him
do
that-
remember?
I remember being with my team in the most recent place of being spotted, which was a little town. Not really a little town. The littlest town you can find in the Nadelian Empire.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, we're on a different continent than that, so
How fun, it moves. Well, I mean, I knew it moved, but
we are currently, or at least last time I checked, just double checking, we're in Silweth, right? No, Sol. Yeah. We are currently in the Sol, or at least that's where we were last time I checked.
well, I mean, that's where it took you. It's kind of in a plane of non-existence. Though,
I'm familiar with those. Still reminiscing of home.
but
yes.
what's like Sopus is talking to this person, but what's the I'm trying to think of how to word it. What's the biggest thing that has happened to you? Not to you exactly, but in your time, I guess I would say.
my time? Well, I really have to say, the biggest thing that happened would probably have been that supposedly the world started ending, but I don't really believe it. I never really saw it. But supposedly the world started ending.
Is this the event I'm thinking of?
Because some god returned, but I never saw it in person, so I'm not really inclined to believe it.
this isn't ringing any bells to Isaac. Does this ring any bells to Sopes?
The last campaign, dipshit.
Was it the last? Okay, no, I wasn't sure if it was or not. There's a lot of gods coming back.
Sopes,
Okay?
the god you helped kill.
I know.
Actually, no, Sopez wasn't really there. It was his quote.
His
Oh,
kids. It was
Yeah,
his
his kids.
kids, but
kids
yeah.
were and he still knows plenty enough from them.
As well as from Elise.
True. And how long ago do you think that happened?
Well, I mean, it was in the current moment, was it not?
Then
That happened 10 years ago. Well, over 10 years ago now.
about 10 years. Yeah.
How interesting. And you can call me Sabbath.
Do I know anything about that name?
No.
So that sounds really familiar.
That's also like
I'm
saying that's why I
sorry.
asked.
Well, of course it's gonna sound really familiar to you, Isaac. I may have stolen it from a villain. I may have just taken the first part of a villain's name that you really are interested.
Sabathun. Is it
Yeah.
Sabathun?
Did you really?
Well, I was looking for a name because I didn't have a name for him, and I was just like, I have Sabathun's name right here. Sabbath.
Sabbath? Okay, that's why it sounds familiar.
We're all
Oh.
like, we're like, how do our characters know this? And you're like, no, I just stole it from a popular narrative.
I did. Anyway.
I forgot to ask this earlier because I got distracted by making sure she's okay. What does the little girl look like?
So this little girl, she has a darker complexion, with darker hair, and like she seems to be and like fuck words. Anyway, she seems to be like a native of the like upper parallel of Silweth.
What race is she? Just
She
curious.
seems to be human.
Okay.
I'll send a picture and
Oh, so whenever you guys are done with that, Miss has been waiting. To
I know. I'm
Okay.
fully aware.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Don't worry, I have my eye.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, I was just curious because I forgot to ask earlier because I was more worried about her well-being, you know?
Bluma. You are kind of vibing. You don't know where you didn't see where Elise kind of went off to because she split off from the group, but you are currently traveling with Xerxes. Hello?
Of course.
They died.
How fun.
Funny, haha. Funny, hee hee, haha, hoo hoo. I mean, I need food.
Are you back? You good? Hello? Oh yeah, Isaac, shut the fuck up.
Sorry, I'm not muted.
Jerky, because I believe last time you mentioned he looked very similar to someone she knew, and she's getting fly right against his face, asking, "Do I know you from somewhere?"
I do not believe you do, but if you did, it would be strange considering I have apparently been in this place for about 4,000 years, was it?
You should. Have you ever met me before?
I have not to my knowledge.
No.
You are of what you call the Feywild, correct?
Yes, I'm a fairy.
Not all fairies are from the Feywild. Anyway, then you probably know my twin, Delphon. We are what is commonly known as a blooded and unblooded Eladrin. Obviously, you couldn't tell by my name, I am the blooded.
Wait.
But I have not spoken to my brother in a very long time. And last I knew of him, he was not a very nice man. So if you did have a run-in with him, I deeply apologize for your experience. Oh.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what did he say about his brother?
He said that his brother is Delphon, and that he is while Xerxes is the blooded Eladrin twin, his brother is the unblooded, which and that if Bluma had an experience with Delphon, that Delphon wasn't the nicest man, and that he severely apologizes if Bluma had an experience with him.
So, do you know where he is? Because
Well, he would be within the Feywild, considering he's too much of a coward to go anywhere else.
you have a way of contacting him. Because if I remember your face and you have a brother, maybe I know him. Because I've been, well, I might not have been actively looking for it, but I lost my memories, and I just can't remember anything.
Well, it'll take me a little bit to get reacquainted with your world and its magic, but I can certainly find him. Once I get my spells in order.
And fact. Do you know what he's been doing in Feywild?
Well, the last I heard and the last I knew of him, he was trying to usurp the current leadership, the current Fey court.
Did he tell you why?
He wanted to start his own court, start his own dynasty. If that makes sense.
Okay, does this like ring any bells to Bluma?
I mean, it seems familiar, but it's a distant past. It's a distant memory that you can't quite grapple onto yet.
How long does game take you to contact them?
Well, it won't take me very long once I get my magic in order, but I can't guarantee if the changes that you guys have said have happened, then I don't know when I'll be able to cast magic.
Oh. This doesn't help me at all! How does your brother look like the same exactly as you? Anything specific that I need to look out for?
Well, he doesn't like facial hair. So he's gonna have nice baby face. But the biggest difference, he's an asshole. More of an asshole. And he would, probably be wearing a crown or whatever. But if he's continuing on the same path as he has, then the old magic he has fucked with will have affected him greatly. Starting in signs of his scleras being black, or one of his, extremities are gross and growing with just eating and growing with corruption, or just something will stick out about him. Besides, his aura.
Do you have since you know about old magic, got anything that helps out in memories?
I do not. And with what I'm assuming that's what you and your friend did when you fucked with the spire?
What do you mean?
Well, I only really knew you were here, and when I felt the spire shift. You see, it doesn't allow certain magics of the mind to really go through or take place, because it can give away that everything about it is fake.
Wait. Then yeah, it will be because the donkey guy over there is I know I shouldn't be saying that if he's nearby. The unicorn? Yeah. He tried to use some magic on my memories, tried to see if I could get something back. Some type of hint for me to search for. Which I need to go back to.
Well, then he is your best bet.
To be away.
Yes, there will be. And he reaches into his bag and he holds out a sending stone. Eli, stop sending me shit on Instagram.
Huh?
I said Eli, don't stop sending me shit on Instagram. Anyway, continue.
So she takes a sending stone. Fucking starts messing with her head, scratching it, getting annoyed that she didn't get much out of it. Damn it! By the way, do you have something personal about the old magic? Because I might want to study that shit.
Well, and he kind of reaches back into his bag and as you kind of look into this bag, you realize that it is a empty black hole of nothingness, and he's kind of searching this bag for a little bit, and he pulls out a book. He says, "This should have everything you need on it. I can't promise it's in a language you know, but it's a language."
And what language is that?
I don't know. I just pulled it out of this bag. And do you open the book?
Yes.
This language appears to be abyssal. Or maybe primordial.
Wait 1 second. We got 5 my feet. think Bluma knows that.
Bit hard to tell because the handwriting's sloppy.
She knows Sylvian and Abyssal.
Okay, so you can make this out fairly easy. It's just it's a little sloppy. It's a little bit sloppy for abyssal writing. But yeah, now you have a book that is old magic, and you can read that either on your downtime. But anyway, is that all you would like to do?
Might as well. Then let's get going. Let's find everybody else. Also, I'm gonna try something. Out of character, you said we were still level 10, right?
Yeah.
Bluma is going to cast the cantrip message, and she'll basically be repeating it to everybody in the party, just saying that she found the goddess, she woken them up, and the goddess is walking around trying to search for an exit. Also, everybody could reply to the message.
Okay. Does anyone reply?
Nihilus just says he's found someone he knew, so in there with him. Also, probably something telling the person to stop biting them.
We found
Okay.
a goat.
No, kobold.
You
He's
can eat
from-
them?
What did she say?
Are you gonna eat them?
No, he's from the Storm Order. Like, he's someone you can. He's one of my good friends, okay? And that's it. I'm not gonna eat him.
Or he's trying to eat you?
He's showing affection in a weird way. Not that you would understand. That's a joke. Half a joke.
Bluma just goes, "What's affection?" Just blatantly feeds into the joke.
And then
I was
Nihilus.
not
You get
plugged
the
enough as
affection
a
of
child.
being bid on, don't you?
What? What did you say?
So you enjoy being bid on it for affection. Like, affection.
He's not gonna reply to that because he's not gonna fall into that trap.
And take that silence as a yes.
You can go fuck yourself.
Can only Nihilus and Bluma hear
Already
this?
have.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just checking.
Or he's gonna, or he's gonna be like,
Unless is if Nihilus is actively speaking now to the message.
Yeah, that's true. Unless now is actively like outwardly speaking.
Yeah.
well, he wasn't with the party because he went with Kibble to look for other people because Kibble doesn't know that if any of the like freaking Storm
I mean-
Order is here.
Yeah. True.
So
Okay.
he
Xerxes. Bluma's gonna start sending messages to Nihilus and just speak to Xerxes. Alright, let's go. And just proceeds to sit on his head.
Xerxes is just like, okay. Proceeds to head back down.
Oh, and she's gonna send another message, but to Astro. Astro, I need to try that memory thing again once we're out. Would you need anything for it? Because I don't remember if you did.
Well, there's not much I need for it that I do not already have. We just need a quiet place to do it, and preferably some way to tie you down so you do not hurt anybody.
I'm still wondering how the hell do you know this stuff?
It's best
I mean,
it's best that I do not answer that question.
you only got me more curious.
Well, your curiosity might spell your doom, so I'd...
I have nothing to lose, my boy. I got no memories. Do you
Yet you're
think I
trying
can
so hard
teach
to
you?
get them back.
Yeah, but man, fuck it. I want to know how my curiosity still peaks.
Very well.
Also, do you think we could scam the goddess out of giving us a reward? You're the other smart one in the group.
I would advise against it.
Well,
I mean,
to me for that,
with a good enough set of a tongue, anybody can be convinced of anything. But I feel as if this goddess is a does not put up with other people's bullshit type. I doubt she would go so far as to actually hurt you. But it's
she doesn't. She doesn't want to do much. I tried to get her to give me a few wishes.
It seems kind of disproportionate. But
Doesn't
who am
hurt
I
to
to
try.
judge? Of course, you're still alive, aren't you? That says something about her character.
Yeah, but I think I might do something to the goddess. Maybe cut some of her hair off. Could be used for something.
Out of character, I want to point out Bluma would have noticed her hair is made of literal fire. You cannot physically cut it, and Bluma would probably get burned. I'm saying this because Bluma would have noticed this.
I mean, she has vials. Maybe she could pull a vial.
Astro just says, you know, magic often defies the very laws of physics. So if you find some way to cut off hair that is intangible and put it inside of a bottle, please tell me, because I would be very interested.
Magic.
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 And then she's just like still sitting on Xerxes, just waiting as he goes on forward. I'll meet you guys whenever Xerxes finds you.
Very well.
And like, as you guys kind of see, like, you guys kind of see Xerxes kind of like look over the railing of where he is, and he seems to be counting something. And he hops the railing. And plummets. And lands.
Pretty much be holding onto his hair hard.
And he lands fairly gracefully. On the floor. It's like you almost don't even notice the loud thud that follows him.
What the hell did you jump?
Nothing is real here. We don't take damage from falling.
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys actually hurt yourself while falling. Alright.
So, what are we doing now?
I'm guessing just finding an exit.
Okay.
Max, From the center
Yes.
room, can Zill do an Arcana check to see if she can feel where an exit would be or any way out?
Yeah, sure.
I did just want to say, Zenith Nork would tell the party about the thing that guy said earlier.
17. Damn. Pitiful.
I mean, you got the general feel. Like, you got this loose grip on a rope that's guiding you somewhere that you don't fucking know where it's guiding you.
I got a general direction to go in, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna be carrying the
I don't know
child
what
and go
happened
that
to me
way.
there.
You're fine.
I don't know what possessed me there.
I'm gonna have Zill stand up and start heading that direction just to check it out.
And like, you guys see Sabbath. He's just like, where are we going? Where are you going?
I felt something kind of just in this general direction, so I'm just gonna go check it out. Hoping it's the exit.
Okay.
You're just gonna continue going.
Roll another Arcana check.
24.
So, the feeling gets a little stronger, and you feel like at this point you need to call the party over, because you kind of found the direction of the exit. The party.
One
in
second,
this
I'm seeing if I have
gaggle of
any.
people.
I have message, so can I just message everyone?
Yeah. Also, do you
Okay,
still have
I'm
the
just gonna
child?
message. Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yes. I am carrying this
don't think
child
the
in my
child
arms
will.
at all times.
Okay, good to know.
I found a child, she's currently my responsibility, at least until she wakes up. You know? But yeah, Zilla's gonna message everyone and tell them that, like, hey, I think I kind of maybe found an exit or this general direction, and then tell them where to go from the main room. And then she's
Okay.
gonna stand there and wait for everyone to show up.
Quick question to Max.
Yes.
I'm guessing me and Kibble found nothing then, right?
No, you didn't find anyone.
Okay. And well, now it's just gonna go to where he was told to. She can have two responsibilities, Eli.
Okay.
Well,
She
one
can
of those responsibilities is currently attached to me, so.
Okay, but
Not the
shares
favorite
responsibility of
anymore.
creep. Bro, first of all, isn't she his only grandma? Like, he has a lot of parental
Yeah.
figures that are father figures, but he has like one maternal figure. Listen, she helps
Not
with
the
Kree,
favorite anymore.
but like, Kree is currently with Sopez, and she found a child who's currently passed out, so it's kind of a priority right now.
Became squishy.
Oh, that sounds like a really big him problem. I'm sorry to break it to you, but it is.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, I'm assuming the rest of the party is making their way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Bruno will have relate the message to Xerxes.
Yeah,
If,
okay.
the-
Yeah.
So, Piz, you have a little child holding onto your sleeve. And by
Yeah.
little, it's not so little, it's a fucky.
I feel the nails digging into
It's
my
great.
skin. Please help.
No, he's not. He wouldn't do that.
Actually,
Um,
so you
Max,
would notice that.
To be more... You go first.
I was gonna say, so you would notice that it's not as tight, it's not as strong as his grip typically is.
Oh, that's right. It would be a little weaker, wouldn't it? It's
A
not
lot
bone
weaker.
crushing. It's squishy strength now.
Exactly. Anyway, yes,
Uh,
Kirsten?
I was just clarifying the way she's holding her. She's not carrying her bridal style. She is carrying her the way you like carry a child on your hip, but like on her front.
Okay.
Just and she has her like leaning against her because it's probably way easier to carry her like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to clarify because of her size.
Okay, so as you guys are like kind of heading down, and like as you kind of have progressed down this hallway, the hallway starts to transition as all the hallways did before, and this time it's starting to transition into a mine-looking place. It's just carved into the stone.
Mine? Or
Like
mine?
a mine, like a
Coal mine.
diamond mine, coal mine. Yeah,
Oh.
pretty much.
Oh.
It just looks like a old abandoned mine.
Yeah.
But and so also as you're starting to notice as you progress that the little girl is starting to become more and more awake.
Zill's just gonna continue carrying her until she's like coherent while keeping an eye on her.
I mean, you guys are walking down a hall. Got any words to share?
Well, Nihilus is gonna make sure that Kibble is still. Actually, is Kibble still on his shoulders? Like, is he
Yes.
still okay?
I like that no one has questioned this child that Zill's just carrying. Like, she went
I
down a
was,
hallway and came back
You know
with
what?
a kid.
I was about to question it.
Nihilus is gonna say, by the way, Zill, is the kid alright?
I found her kind of strung up.
Oh,
Not like against the wall, like she
Please.
was put in like a dance position.
that is
It was strange.
concerning.
Yeah. She was completely passed out. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
Zill
keep a
trying to
hold of
really
her. Listen, the one instinct she has that's not animalistic is maternal instincts, man. Can't blame her for this.
can't blame the just a random need to abduct the children. I get that all the time.
That's Trey's. Wait, in campaign wise, that's Trey's job.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
I'm just keeping an eye on her until I can at least figure out who she is. She looked a little young to be left alone.
Yeah.
Max, can
Also, who's this? And he just points to, I guess, Savis followed us, right?
Yeah.
Your mom.
Shut up, Luma.
My name is Seventh.
Ah. Alright.
Max, can I roll an insight on Savas real quick?
Yes.
Can I roll an insight on her real quick?
Yes, you can roll an
Just
insight
because
on
his
Savage.
name is kind of a cutoff version of a villain in Destiny.
Okay, it's the issue of who's that name is.
Oh, I know. I'm so sorry, Silver. I accidentally cut you off. My bad.
you good?
24.
He.
Like, I'm specifically, like, the insight is, like, how does, like, his posture, how does he carry himself, like, with what he seems, any secrets, or is
He
it kind of like that?
seems very proud and tall. He has his arms folded, like his arms wings folded behind his back as he walks, or they're kind of like neatly tucked in front of him as he walks. He seems to be a very proud person, a very noble person.
Okay, interesting. Alright. Okay, you guys can go. I just don't trust him.
No, you're right. I'm sus as fuck of this dude. Just Zilla's currently focused on something else, or I would have had her roll inside a while ago.
There.
Like, he's suspicious.
Yes.
Can Astral sort of like... So, when you were describing, like, the girl and what Zil was seeing, would you say that, like, from what I understood, it seems like her mind is just completely broken? Like, that's what it sounds like. Because, like, she wasn't even trying to resist being in that dance pose. She was just letting it happen.
She was passed out, is what Max said.
I was told that she was conscious but not moving. That's what I
No,
heard from
she's
Unconscious.
starting to become. She was unconscious.
Oh, okay.
She's starting
She's
to become
starting to
conscious now.
slowly become, yeah.
All right. Okay. So can I like, well, is she awake or is she just more like kind of drifting in and out?
Drifting in and out.
All right.
Like,
From what I'm,
The only way that Zill can really tell, or anyone else can really tell that she's awake, is she like is now holding on fairly tightly instead of just limply being there.
okay. Can I sort of like, can Astral sort of examine her and kind of like, not necessarily give her a psych eval, but kind of like, has he seen signs of something like this before? Given his presence.
Yes, not because of your background.
Oh, okay.
Everyone, at least some point in their life, has seen something like this. Like, I mean, around Ottuan. And that's just, especially if you have a connection to a noble house. It's just the look of a child, or the thought, like a child who has been neglected their entire life, a child who could never meet the insane expectations of their parents. And
Okay.
was put down miserably for it.
Why do you think Sopa's left?
Which I'm assuming Zill kind of put that together from like all the tarot cards and everything as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Max,
Alright.
the odds of me keeping this child.
I mean, what else does she have to go back to?
That's
The
what I'm
odds are
thinking.
increasing quite rapidly, past
Like-
100% even. It's pretty much confirmed right now.
Oh, yes.
He doesn't say anything about it. He just kind of steps away and keeps walking.
Okay.
And by the way, Max, I wanted to ask. I know we've retconned a little bit. Has how long we've been in here retconned? Been retconned?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay. If
I mean, okay, from point to finish from when you wake up, that's been retconned. You have still been in here for 6 months.
okay, that's what I
Almost
wanted
an
to ask.
entire
'Cause, like,
year. Yeah, you
again,
guys have
Astro-
almost been here for 6 months.
Because Astral has still not told anybody that.
Yeah.
Like he has not said a word about it, and he's gonna wait until he's probably gonna wait until they get outside to say something about it. He doesn't want to freak anybody out.
Yeah, more than we
So-
already are, that is.
Yeah, because like we need as much positivity as we can get right now. So he's just
Speaking
gonna
of
keep walking.
positivity,
Oh god.
God.
Or kind of shoots out of Zenith's chest that he keeps on the back, and he like jumps out of it and runs up hurriedly to Zill with like a little sample of something in his hand.
Oh.
Here, painkiller. I made painkiller. It's not as good as other stuff, I think, but this should help ease physical pain at least.
Zill's gonna take it and she's gonna nod. Thank you. I'll give it to her when she wakes up fully. If she needs it.
Or it gives you a thumbs up, turns into a rat, and runs back to Zenith and crawls up into his mane.
Rat stew.
Right.
Rats.
Rats.
Oh shit! A rat!
This is the second time we did this.
Oh, yeah. I fucking love that meme. It's great.
We did this last session.
But anyway, so yeah, Astral's just gonna keep walking with the group. As we're walking, can you roll an Arcana check to see if he can also feel some sort of exit down this way? Or maybe a perception check to see if he can see anything that could resemble an exit?
Just let me know what you got.
You didn't tell me what I was rolling, so
Arcana.
Oh, okay.
Can I give
I
him a
assume-
Okay. Yeah.
Add a
Can I
d6
give
on top of that because
him-
of my wheel.
Yes, you may give advantage.
Okay, I was gonna ask because she was already helping, so yeah.
Arcana, okay. So, Arcana with advantage plus a
With
d6. Okay.
Yep.
You rolled 10 at once.
Better fucking not roll 2 nat ones.
2 nat 1. 2 nat 1s. 2 nat 1.
20. Oh wait, I forgot to. It's not advantage. So, damn it. Hang on 1 second.
2
One
nat
more
1s.
time.
2 nat 1s. 2 nat 1s. 2 nat 1s. 2
30,
I don't think you can.
Actually, that would be 37.
Hey, add the d6.
I did. I just took the d6 from the previous one.
Ah, okay.
Oh wait,
Okay.
I guess I can roll again because it's advantage.
Yeah.
Fucking, why not? Might get higher. No.
Ah,
37.
Hey, you never know.
I mean, you nail onto that, to the exit, and it is in front of you. Like, it's just down the hall.
Okay, just wanted to make
Or
sure
at
we were
least-
going the right. Well,
At
it's that
least
direction.
the way out of the spire.
Okay.
Hang on, wait. Why'd you word it like that?
At least what it seems.
Well, because we may not be like out of a building, but we could be out of the spires. What I'm assuming, where it's like this is the first exit at the very least.
This.
That's what I'm going with. High hopes.
Nihilus is Oh, were you gonna say something, Silver?
It's the word. It's the way to get out of the spire, but the door to get out of the hell you're in, that's non-existent. Like that door closed a long time ago.
Anywho,
The cesspool.
Nihilus is gonna say, so, besides all of this, is everyone feeling alright?
Like $1,000,000.
Thank you for your positivities, and as always.
Yeah.
Yes, and if with your beaming smile and charming personality,
Are you
we
saying
wouldn't.
that in character?
No, I'm not saying it in
This
character.
is-
If I
do.
would,
No,
I
please.
would be saying it with the. Okay, I'll say every time I speak in character, I'm using the accent, but I'll say it in character. Why not? This is and like Astro says in like a sarcastic tone. He's like, "Yes, Zenith, with your beaming smile, charming personality, and just quick wit, we would not get very far without you."
Party hard. You want to see my smile? And like he goes to smile. It is probably one of the most terrifying things you've seen from him. It's
He
just like a
goes-
big toothy grin.
He goes to smile and is immediately like not slapped, but more like pushed away. As like his face is pushed down by Kane, and is just like, "Can we kindly focus on getting the
I honestly
fuck out of here?"
I honestly completely fucking forgot she was here.
I mean,
Like she hasn't said a word since
That's
since
because
we
she spent
started
her
this
time
session.
in the corner. That's because she spent her time in the
Like-
corner sharpening her sword.
I thought we
mean-
retconned finding her too. I thought
No.
we okay, but
No.
just because. All right.
Nihilus says, I mean, yeah, we can, but side conversation is nice and
You can
checking
have a
on-
side conversation. I'm just banning Zenith from whatever the fuck that was.
Damn,
also,
bro.
You can. Actually, you can. Wait, am I under your charge? This is too much math for me. I'm going to sleep.
Was that
anyway,
was that orc or is that?
Is it really a good
I don't
idea
even know.
to sleep while still in the?
He's not
fucking-
actually sleeping. He's just continuing to walk. I fucked up my speech.
Good. I thought that was kind of you talking to somebody else. I'm like, oh, okay.
I thought that was just Levi speaking.
Anywho, Nihilus is gonna take Kib off his shoulders, kind of hold him, like, anywho, what? I know you said you were getting food, but what exactly happened? Max.
That's the response you get.
The first thing I am doing when we get out here is finding the order, and you're going back. You can stay
Out of
with us for
character,
it.
the first thing I'm doing is getting rid of you, is what he just said.
Listen, Kibble, I see you like family, but like I'm pretty sure the order is very concerned that you disappeared for I don't know how long we've been in here. Our character Astro sweating in the background.
What did you say? I didn't even hear you.
Okay, so Nihilus is telling Kibble, like, we're gonna get you to the order because I don't know how long we've been in here. Then out of character, I jokingly said Astro is sweating in the background.
Oh, okay, yeah. He doesn't.
Sweat.
He,
Oh, sorry.
He seems to acknowledge it, but he doesn't like directly say anything about it.
Wait, would the keen mind feet know how long we've been here?
No.
No.
I didn't think so. I just had to check.
I think the keen might feet only goes back like 3 weeks or 2 weeks.
No, 3
A
months.
month.
A month? Okay.
A month or 3. One of the two. Anyways, now I was just gonna put Kibble back onto his shoulders.
Fuck, that's the wrong thing. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Anyway, so as you kind of like, actually, like before you kind of look at the whole astral thing, Kibble kind of just says, "They aren't worried." I went
They're
on mission."
dead.
Like he just says, "They aren't worried," and pauses and says, "I went on mission."
This worries me. This Kibble. This makes me more worried, actually. How old is Kibble, our character? I forgot.
3.
You're telling me this fucker's 3?
Kibble. I know kobolds mature is somewhat fast, but you're still young. Actually, I could be considered still young, but that's besides the point.
You're in your heyday.
Shut up, Zenith. Anyways, we're still
Lots of
getting
children we're finding in this place.
That's the concerning part.
Food.
Are you hungry?
Do you want food?
Worms.
I do not have worms, but I have regular food.
Max,
Like
did you say worms?
Oryx kicks open the chest, his eyes glowing red.
He jumps out of the lion's mane, transforms from a rat, and hands the guy worms. He has worms!
And like he quickly he snatches up these earthworms and fucking shoves him full fist. Like he shoves his whole entire fist in his mouth to like deposit the worms.
So fast? Just literally just want to just partly just gag.
Nihilus, who is already used to this.
Worms are delicious. I've had to eat them before.
You're on your own on that one.
Do you want something else but worms? I have actual food.
No.
You sure?
No.
You want more worms?
Yes. It kind of he hops over to like Zenith. Like straight up, like he propels himself off of Nihilus's head.
Nihilus and says, "Well, I'm glad you found a friend then." And
I'm used to this.
I feel sick.
Have fun with him. He bites.
I
You
feel
think
sick.
Oric doesn't?
That is fair.
Oric seems a little offended at this, but he goes on about his day.
Which I think Zenith was just saying I've handled worse, but he was obviously making the joke.
Yeah. Worms. It's getting worms. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Good.
Bleh.
As this is happening, Zill, you see the little girl in your arms start to open her eyes.
Zill's just kind of like wait for her to say something. She's gonna be like looking at her, just like waiting for her to like more so process before she tries to like bombard her with asking her questions.
She looks up to you and just she seems to panic a bit, but is ultimately too tired to really do anything about it.
Max, can Astral cast a quick spell real quick?
Sure,
I
what are you
I actually
casting?
create food and water.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's a ritual, but I don't know if it is. But I can cast it like regularly. Um, Basically, Astral's going to like. He's just gonna create like freshly baked bread because it's like the only thing that she can really eat while we're walking,
Mhm.
and like a cup of cool water, like and just kind of like float them over to Idris. Oh, not fucking Idris. Zil and this girl. And he's going to speak up. He says, "You have been here for a very long time. You should eat and drink to regain some of your strength if you can."
Who are you?
Well, my
Get
name
it.
is Astral. My name is Astral. The one carrying you is Zil. That is Auric. That is Zenith.
Hello.
Nihilus. And that over there is Kree. And that one's Bluma.
Ended.
Also, there is Sopez. Sorry,
There
sorry,
we go.
Sopez.
There
You
we
don't
go.
really talk, so it's kind of hard to remember you're here.
And I am
So-
Nihilus.
I already
Quick
said
question. How
Nihilus.
far away
I
is
did
from
not
the,
hear that, my bad.
from
Yeah.
Bluma? How
Nihilus
far
is
is
keeping...
Astral that came from Bluma?
Were Xerxes and Bluma at the front?
I know Xerxes tended towards the back.
Okay, so they're probably at the back. Astral's,
Yeah,
I don't know where
'cause
Zil
Zil
is,
was
but
at the
Zil's near
front.
Astral. Okay,
Zil
then-
is at the
Nihilus-
front.
Then,
Yeah, that's where Astral is.
Then-
And he's at the front.
Go ahead.
then when Astral said, "Oh, that's Bluma," due to her size, the kid would likely just be seeing a ball of light.
Yeah.
Just from her, and that's it.
And
Are you gonna say something else?
yeah, and he says, "Just know that you are safe. We're not here to hurt you. We're here to help you. We've been trapped in here as you have, and we're trying to find a way out."
I'm not going back to her, am I?
Zil looks at her, and the tarot cards that she saw just kind of flashes in her mind, and she just goes, "Not if you don't want to. You don't have to go anywhere you don't want to."
And Zil, with that, she kind of clings to you a little bit more. It seems
This
like
is
those
my
are the
kid.
first time. It seems like those are the first time she's ever heard those words.
I am sobbing right now.
And he
I
says-
IRL just teared up, bro.
Alright. Max, what's the
Childhood
traumatic thing you
trauma.
got for this kid? I know it ain't lasting. What's the traumatic thing you got for this kid?
Zil's been through
Bluma
enough.
actually
Y'all wait for the
goes
fuck
around.
out.
But Astral's. What's that, Bluma?
No, it's Miss
I'm-
speaking, not Blue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's just an accidental. The kid gets blown up by Bluma's failed experiment,
Jesus.
and that's how it ends.
Now this is gonna
Um,
punch you in
and,
the face.
and that's how Bluma
regardless.
died.
I said
Yeah.
failed experiment, not perfect.
And
thing.
I did not stutter. Did
But
I?
anyway, so
Anyway.
Astral's going to speak up again. He says, "As Mr. said, you are free to do whatever you choose. But for now, we need to get out of here. And if you need more food, just ask and I will give you some."
And like she kind of like pulls away from Zil a little bit to take the food and water.
Zil is also going to offer her the thing Auric gave her earlier, and she's just gonna say, "This is a painkiller of sort that one of my party members gave me, if you are in any pain."
And she would just nod and take it. And mostly she just kind of puts it on her hands. Because it seems to be like a salve of some kind.
Yeah.
He, Oric is writing down notes after seeing this, if he does.
Okay. So, Max, as we're walking, do we see anything else?
It's fairly like it's fairly blatant. It's fair not blatant. It's fairly empty. It's just the same mine, and I mean, you guys can tell you're coming to an end. You can kind of see a faint light, but
Okay.
it's not daylight.
The light at the end of the tunnel. We're all
Is
dead.
is it magical light or like fire?
I mean, it could be
Does it have a
considered magical.
Does it have a color?
Yes, and as you kind of you guys kind of get closer, it seems to be like it's not sunlight and it's not particularly moonlight, but it's light coming from the sky, and you can kind of see like where reality warps and ripples. But as
Okay.
you exit the tunnel, it's like a giant pressure kind of comes off you. And some of the things that you've actually collected, not everything, like not the important stuff you bought, but some of the things that you collected, like Kree, your banner dissipates. And it's clear that you guys are no longer in the spire.
The
Dude,
girl just
Where you
Is
are,
that
the little girl just
The real
disappears.
question
Nah.
The real question is, does the smut and those cheating books are basically still there?
they are.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's just like it seemed to be like if you grabbed a rock or if you grabbed like Kree grabbed the flag, anything like that.
So,
do I
go
still
ahead.
have the map?
No, you do not.
Okay. Okay.
So, Max, as we step out, it's if we look up into the sky, what does it look like?
So this sky, it seems like a cloudy day, but it's mostly that these storm clouds are kind of like they're twirling and they're centering and they're spinning, and it all seems centralized on one point in the distance.
God, I'm getting fucking Dragon Age vibes here. So, and like as is like so like there's a bunch of swirl. It looks like kind of miniature tornadoes kind of coming down from the sky a little bit.
Not really. It more so seems like all of these clouds are swirling and like. I mean, there might be one massive tornado in the center where this like all the clouds are being like swirled around, but like yeah.
Okay. And okay. So as we step out, Astral is going to cast. Fuck. Let me think.
You casting
I-
fuck. Let's go.
New
Already
spell.
done.
Fuck.
I'm trying to think
Power word
of.
fuck.
Bards
Max,
get that.
So Max, did we meet
What are the
Arcane
enemies?
in the Mimic? We met
Mhm.
Arcane in the Mimic, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes,
that's what
we
I
did.
thought. I'm trying to think of any important characters that we've had contact with that I could try and talk to. Wait, Kree's father.
Terrace.
Terrace. Astral is going to cast Sending and target Terrace. And he is going to say, "Hello, is anyone there? Please respond if you can hear me."
Hello, and it kind of like the connection goes through, and it feels crackly as you hear
Okay.
his response.
Says,
Should
says-
tell him instantly something's wrong with Kree.
Who is
That'll
this?
get him over here.
my name is Astral Shine. I was a part of the group that you sent your son Kree with.
Is everything okay?
No, everything is quite the opposite of okay. Something has happened to him. From what I understand, his connection to the hive mind you share has been severed. And he is no longer what did they call him, Max, again?
Drivius.
Forgot what Strivius. And he is no longer Astrivius. This is not the only thing that's happened. Quite a lot of other things happened, but this is the one that pertains to you in particular.
Is he alive?
Yes, but
He's currently attached to COVID.
he is very confused and terrified.
Okay,
We just got done coming out of the spire. And
I'll find you. Just stay put.
And Astro says, wait, says, but I have to mention something. We've been... Astro is not saying this out loud, by the way. We've been there for a little over 6 months. Please do not mention this. I'm going to break it to the group slowly. Just...
I don't
okay.
think you're gonna succeed in that. The world's gone to quite shit. But...
Okay, I'll just tell them I'll just tell them while you're on your way. And then Ash, he cuts off the connection.
Hey guys, guess what?
And then Astro, he's going to turn around to the group and he says, "Good news, everyone.
Astro?
What's it?
I will say, as you speak, your voice echoes. More than
Echoes.
Oh no.
But so continue to speak.
Was it echoing before?
Nope. Just now that you've stepped out of the spire and into this weird world. Because it's not like you're not in the world. Like, you can see everything. You are physically in the world, but it's not.
Max. Jarboy.
There's something wrong here.
Jarboy? So as you kind of open the jar, like he looks up and he steps out and he's like, Jesus fucking Christ.
You good?
Yes.
No. How in the fuck did you go from whatever the fuck that was to in between the fucking afterlife and the living world?
The what?
Oh my goodness.
Wait, there's an afterlife?
Wait, Max is like,
there's an afterlife.
Max, does this mean that we're in the void?
No.
Okay, because I don't know if that's
exactly.
the void for you.
No, it's not the void. The void
okay.
is something else entirely.
Esther's like, wait.
When you find a harmless spirit, this is what they're in. They are in the physical world. They are in this.
Does that mean that we ourselves are spirits?
No.
Is
You're
the
just
girl a spirit?
physically in the...
It means
Well-
we're somewhere we're not supposed to be.
You shoved yourself in a...
You got any way
So-
how to get out of
wait,
here?
so that's why the connection was staticky. I managed to get in contact with, I fucking forgot his name again already.
Terrace.
Terrace. And he says, I managed to get in contact with Terrace, and he said he would find us, but I don't know if he's going to be able to.
Max, can I message Terrace through message?
With message they
Ending.
have to be within 30 feet of you,
Yeah.
Oh.
and
Is
you
that
have to be able to see.
also
No, message is 120 feet.
Oh, okay.
He's still not in that range.
Still don't think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
still
yeah.
not in that range. He's just 120.
I could have sworn it was 30. My bad. And Astro's like, I have an idea, but it's may not be. Let's just say I can only do it on one of us.
I got it.
No,
No.
just no.
No.
What does this exactly pertain to?
I was going to cast a spell called Banishment on one of us, and send one of us to the material plane.
Okay.
I offer.
Out of character, I am already ruling out Kree or
I
Zill.
mean, that could be part of it.
I can
yeah.
only do it on one person at a
Wait,
time.
actually, wait. If we do it on Bluma, that might get it to the
Blue-
Feywild.
And Bluma. We can't do it on
Yeah.
those three.
If you all would, I believe our best bet might be Auric.
I don't want to.
And like, and
I got an idea.
Astral says, "Are you sure that's a good idea? Your soul bonds might get in the way of that."
Wait, I think I have an idea.
Was
That is okay.
yeah.
I need one of you to hold my bags because if I go into the hoodie, we're gonna fucking die. But what happens if Astro casts banishment on Nihilus while I'm in the bag, the hoodie itself? Wouldn't that bring both of us? So
It
we
would
had two
still
people.
put you into the Feywild,
Like,
though.
wait a minute, you've actually given me an idea.
We all go in
It's-
Nihilus's hoodie.
And Astra's like,
That would mean Astral would have to stay behind.
I can also cast it on myself, but and Astra says, well, I could just make scrolls of banishment, and then we can all use them, but that would take some time.
We got nothing but time.
Wait, I think I have banishment. Wait, no, druids don't.
And
Uh-oh, music change.
Ooh.
And we're
do
gonna
not
die.
believe
as you
banishment
say-
would be. Oh, never mind.
As you say, time it would take time. You hear a voice kind of echo throughout this world that says, "Time is not a thing you have."
Do I
Well,
recognize this voice in any
fuck.
way, shape, or form?
Who's the bitch that's talking shit?
And
Blumen pulls out her gun.
would you look at that? What an interesting group. A fairy of war and bloodshed who has no memory of anything, and is so desperately trying to get back what once was hers, but yet failing
What the fuck are you?
every time.
Damn, it's
This-
personal.
He called you out,
Bluma will
Bluma.
try to find where the voice is coming from.
It's coming from everywhere.
Uh-oh.
I
Bluma-
request that Bluma just starts shooting at the sky in anger.
And
Basically,
Oop.
I wasn't. You know how in Overwatch, McCree has found the hammer? That's basically Bluma in the sky right now.
okay, makes sense. But the voice moves on and it says, "And we have her loyal companion, who is hunting out of revenge,
Fuck you too.
but I think you may realize that that revenge is much closer than you think. I mean, you have to have noticed it by now."
The fuck you mean?
I
think
like
I'll
that
let
this
you experience
person-
yourself.
I like this person making it personal with everyone. I think it's very funny.
Kirsten, shut up.
The sad little vampire. Look at you, facing things you don't understand. Are you still running from your family? I know they're looking for you. I can hear them. And you're not. You so terrified, yet you try to brush it off, play it cool, and act like friendship is going to save the day. Do you really think you're gonna gain that country of your own? Do you really think that the people who have despised you for so long for entering their world and polluting it would give up land for you?
Out of character.
I guess
Oof.
he's talking to Astral.
Yeah.
I figured, and Astral just says, well, like he's like he looks like he was about to say something, but he holds himself back.
Oh, and look at this.
Magic isn't friendship.
Look at you two. I think I like yours ending the best.
It's fate.
You and like you guys, like, Orc and Zenith, you kind of feel some eyes on you. And this voice continues and says, I can't wait for you to find out that you can't save everyone. And Zenith, as you kind of, like, as this is said, you feel like someone, like, walking their fingers along your shoulders. I don't know if Levi can hear me.
I can.
Okay.
I'm processing what Zenith would say.
Okay.
Going to be honest, he kind of brushes it off and like puts his arms over Oric, like defensively.
What would happen if that bond was severed and you ended up alone with no one to care for?
You wouldn't want to know.
I already know. And this voice moves on. And she says, "Oh, and the Void Walker.
What
So
the fuck?
desperate, so eager for revenge. You don't know half of what anything is playing out. I mean, you couldn't even see that your own grandchild was being manipulated by the love of your life's ex,
Oh shit.
who, I would like to say, is the most fun part, could not see or feel his own love for you because she got in the way? Did he even
This
love you at all,
bitch.
or was it just some last moment death clarity thing?"
Zill doesn't respond, but she does like tighten her grip on the child in almost a like protective way.
Ouch.
Go on the Zenith, let's go.
Sweet, sweet, sweet Lavella. You'll never live up to what your mother expected. I mean, you already know that. But what makes you think you'll live up to what she expects? And like, I mean, like, Zil, as this happens, as I said, the girl, she kind of like, you see the tears start welling in her eyes. Like, you can feel her shaking.
Zill's comfortingly rubbing her back and holding her close. Like, nah, stay the fuck away from my child.
And finally, Kree, you feel the eyes move onto you.
Uh-oh.
And they speak and they say, "And what will become of you now? You have no one to connect to. You've given up everything for something that you don't even know if it'll work. And the best part is, you don't realize the consequences of that are to come. You don't see anything because you can't think past of what's currently in the present."
Who the fuck is talking anyway?
Wouldn't you
Probably
like
not
to know?
best to insult a disembodied voice.
Max,
Yes.
would Zill have a basic just because of like, you know, everything? Would she know who this is? Because I think out of character, I know who this is. Would she be able to put it together?
Roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
Or a history
Can I?
check.
Man, that was too personal. Fuck
Which
you,
one's
voice.
better? One second, I'm checking.
Either one.
Oh, they're the same. Well, no, I was looking on my sheet.
Ah, fair.
29.
So, you recognize this voice, you recognize this presence, but she wasn't always this cruel. You recognize this as fate.
I said fate.
Yeah.
But this is not her realm. And
Zilla You go first.
No, you go.
Zill's gonna call that out. She's just gonna respond with, "What are you doing here anyway?"
What, you know her?
Visiting an old friend, of course. You know. Considering I arrange things to feed them, I had to pop by, give them a visit, make sure that everything was going to plan.
Okay, now this is getting unsettling.
In response to Nyla, she would kind of glance at him and go, "This is fate. Like, the fate."
Wait, there's fate? I thought we had free will. Huh.
I still
To
think
an
we
extent. The ending is almost always pre-planned.
Oh,
The
then,
in-between is typically what we have choice over.
Well, then that's still no free will. It's the way to kill that bitch.
And Asher just says, regardless of all of this, what do you want? Do you have a reason for toying with us?
Other than,
You find it
well,
funny?
I find it funny, and
Of course you do.
it gives my friend that I was visiting some extra food. When you feel that fear and that pain.
Oh, gods are really
Well-
assholes, aren't they?
Is she a god? Or is she some other being or whatever? Zill?
Not so much a god, because gods are just vessels. She's basically just the existence of a extremely powerful thing.
The very
So-
concept of fate.
Can we
Pretty
kill it?
much. Not really, no.
Can we kill her?
No.
Then you're the bitch. Okay?
Wow, Bluma,
you
very
wound me.
very predictable, Bluma.
Though I will
Saying-
say, she is typically not this cruel. Even if her stories are, she's never been this taunting about it.
Let's just say I've gained a new perspective. A new answer, one could say.
At
Max.
this,
Max.
Zill freezes.
Max,
So
oh, you son
Straight
of a
up just
bitch.
gonna eat
What'd
the
you s-
free.
What were you saying? Sorry.
Uzo.
I was just gonna ask what you were saying because you people were talking over.
Oh, no, I'm
Sorry.
just gonna. Sopa's is straight up just gonna freeze when it says a new answer.
Bro,
You-
Sopa
you-
is also Zill froze. Zill looks panicked.
Yes. Sopa's isn't panicked. It's more now just he's frozen in curiosity now.
Zill is
and-
frozen in panic. Everyone would see a look of panic on her face.
And Astro just says, are you trying to say that you are trying to rewrite to the end?
The end is already written. I just needed some help finalizing.
And where did this help come from?
I've already stated it. And some
Oh.
of your friends already know.
Oh wait, I forgot about those cards, like the answer. I forgot about that. And Astro just says, I assume you're here to make sure we don't leave.
No. You just happened to walk in while I was saying my goodbyes. So I thought, as I stated earlier, why not have some fun?
What, you want to make us cry or some shit?
No, I just wanted to make Atreus a little stronger.
Who's that?
Max, would anyone recognize that name? Or roll for it or anything?
Zill,
Can I roll
Mm-hmm.
for
you
it?
feel a stick, like you feel your heart drop.
Uh-huh. If only I had one.
You know Archaias
Mhm.
as, I mean, that's not really, that's the name that he chose after like living amongst like humans for a little bit, but he is a demon, one that primarily feeds off fear. It feeds off pain and fear and is basically responsible for 90% of nightmares. And the worst part is he always, like, he just by looking at you, he knows your fears, and everything he throws at you is personalized for you.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. I don't like
Zill
this.
looks a little bit even more, not so much panicked as it does like shocked now. Like, it looks like the main question on her face is how?
I shouldn't linger. I mean, I don't want to. Excuse me. I don't want to interrupt things.
Interrupt what?
And as you say that,
Of course.
Why do you have to say it?
you see kind of like these shadows start to like linger from the trees, and
If
just
I wasn't, someone was. Sorry, go ahead.
like you feel Fate's presence leave, and these gotta think for a moment. Anyway, you feel that Fate's presence leave, and as like you see from the like the tree line, these kind of shadows lurch forward and form into this monstrous-looking being. This just monstrosity, and he looks at all of you. And he smiles. And
Don't feel
in
safe.
a deep, like, I would like to say, he is like, he's very pale, he's kind of like, he's very like pale, deathly white. His face is like, he's clearly taken a humanoid face, except it's like a humanoid form, except it's very much reminiscent of a rotting corpse. And as he smiles, you see these, like, his mouth is full of sharp teeth that are just covered in some black ichor that seems to be, like, coming from his mouth.
How did we end up here?
Well, he won. Kree's practically shitting his pants.
And, like, he's very tall because like the shadows are kind of forming up to him, and he smiles at you guys and he says in a very deep, like, guttural voice, "Welcome." And that is where we're ending session.
I don't feel welcome. Okay.